Hey, hope you guys are doing well. I just want to do some updates and stuff. Right now I'm going to talk about a cannoning mod that's being worked on by It's. He's like a really old factions player longer than me. So instead of using like Ace Client or whatever like that, which still has like a lot of useful cannoning stuff, this is so you don't get banned on servers like Cosmic PvP, like I did, for going on the testing planet and not even using anything, but being simply on the client, and a half-second image got me banned, so that's cool. Shit happens. Yeah, so this is like super useful. I'll show it in a bit. Wow, this is like another update. Okay. Yeah, that's kind of neat. And yeah, wow. Okay. I just got an updated version of it. That was neat. Let's see what I can change. I don't think that explosion block was right. It's still like in beta or whatever. So oh, that's why it's lagging. That's really funny. I didn't notice that. Let me remove that. There's no like X-ray or free cam or anything like that, but it does do a really good job of like showing stuff. So, yeah, it'll be super useful for people that want some sort of like breadcrumbs utility. I'll show like the GUI in a second. Okay, so here I have the GUI, and there's a lot of information here. I'm not going to cover too much of it. Basically, you can like keep it on forever, but I asked for like where it automatically does it, depending on the time, because I like that. Otherwise, on the old version, you'd fire over and over and over again, and it would all stay up. So basically, you're enabling it here. Display depth. Depth shows it like through blocks and stuff, because you can't use X-ray with this. Well, I mean you could, but that's whatever. This will check the it'll like make a box around the explosions, though I still think that's a little wonky. I don't think it's quite right yet, but it's fine. And so minimal TNT here. This will group TNT into like the same block. If there's like a million of them in one block, it'll only render one, so it reduces lag. And you can also remove any sort of TNT rendering, so you won't see it, but it'll still happen. So this is the one I would generally use. This one's really cool because let's say you're testing like a certain cannon, and obviously like there's going to be an explosion in the cannon, the main power, and like that's really annoying to have like the explosion there if you want to look at other things. So you can remove all the explosions, kind of like off-the-fine settings. But this one is really cool. So if something's standing still and explodes, it's not going to like render the explosion. So if something's moving nearby, like it'll show like explosion for that, but not this. So let's try this. This is something else. This will you can like track the sand and stuff like normal, and then you can replay its position back. I'll give that a shot in a second. So let's do this. Let me copy this real quick. All right, I forget what settings I had, but okay, we got sand falling. Yeah, I think the explosion locator is a little buggy. Like I said, it's still like a beta, but it is kind of neat how you see the positions there, and it all should be disappearing shortly. All right, so I'm going to turn off the explosion checker just because it's not quite right yet. And let's do this. So all right, we stopped recording that. Let's display it, and you see how there's sand there. You can see it moving, and then going out. So that's like really cool, isn't that? Let me get in a better spot. So this sand is not actually here. Like we all know that, right? But it's just like suspended because that's what it was in the cobwebs when we were looking at it. And we move it. It's going up. Now it exploded. So we can kind of track its position. All right, so it's going, and it's still going. So now it's in those cobwebs there, and then now it's getting shot into the barrel. So let's see if we can find it. Hey, check it out, right here. And then we're going to keep going. and I don't know where it is right now. Probably it's in an indeterminate state where we can't track it. And yeah, it's good enough. So that's pretty cool. So we just removed the recording there. But yeah, it's like a really cool plugin. There's different colors for like sand and gravel and anvils. So let's see. Okay, so let's watch this. You see how there's different colors for those breadcrumbs? And it's gonna go, it's gonna go. Okay, and so let's open this up. And once it stops updating, okay, let's track all the red sand. So I think, if I remember this correctly, oh, it might be gone. Okay, so let me get rid of that. So that means I think it should stay forever then. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm only going to track the anvils, I think. Yeah, see? I'm only tracking the anvils there. Okay. So now this should stay forever unless I look. So let's see. Still a work in progress. So here, let's track this anvil. If I can. Shit. Oh, here we go. Okay. So for example, here's one anvil. So it started up here. See that little X? It goes down and goes over. And at some point, it's going to stop updating sometimes just because how the client side reads it. So yeah, this is super cool. So I highly recommend this. I'll put the link to this. Keep in mind, it's still beta, so stuff is going to like not be right all the time. Like I crashed like a minute ago using this. So it's really cool. And then some other stuff. I am still planning on doing like the video stuff I was talking about, where I really go in depth with the video with cannoning, like starting honestly with like a history of cannoning and then going through like changes and stuff and how like certain ideas were going through. So it'd be super in depth, and I'll be doing that over the summer. Sometime starting after final exams, we'll see. And I'll be doing that around my class schedule for the summer. I think $1 per 10 minutes is fair, because that's like, I have to like really plan out the stuff, really talk about it, edit it, and then of course like upload it and stuff. And it's gonna be, again, stuff no one else covers. So we'll see. I'll probably do like a nice write-up of what each one's going to talk about. So if someone only wants to like watch like 2 videos to learn how only to left shoot, even though you want to watch more to learn about everything with cannoning, which whatever, that way they know what they're getting into when they're watching it. So we'll see. It'll be really cool.